If your knees feel stiff when you stand up, or your legs feel weak after walking just a few steps, your body is trying to tell you something. It's starving for a specific nutrient, one that keeps your joints smooth, your cartilage thick, and your leg muscles strong. And seniors who get enough of this one nutrient, they walk better, they climb stairs easier, and they often feel younger in their legs within just a few weeks. Most people just assume that leg weakness is automatic after 60. They think, oh, my joints are wearing out, or my bones are thinning, or that their muscles have simply aged out. But the truth is so much more hopeful and far more interesting. Your joints weren't designed to grind and ache every morning. They were designed to stay smooth. They were designed to support you at every age. And when we look closely at the science of joint pain in older adults, we discover that something very simple is missing from most seniors' diets. This nutrient is omega-3. Now, you've probably heard the name before, but the part most people miss is what omega-3 actually does once it gets into your bloodstream. Omega-3 isn't just a vitamin. It isn't just a supplement. It's closer to a repair signal. It's an oil that your body uses as a building block for the fluid inside your joints, for the strength inside your leg muscles, and even for that shock-absorbing cushion that protects your knees when you walk, or bend, or stand on uneven ground. When your omega-3 levels drop, your body just can't produce enough anti-inflammatory compounds. The fluid in your knees starts to dry out, the cartilage gets thinner, and the muscles in your thighs and calves, they lose that spark they need to stay firm. This is why some seniors feel fine in their upper body, but really unstable in their legs. Your legs are just more sensitive to inflammation, and they depend on omega-3 for smooth movement. Scientists have measured this again and again. Seniors with low omega-3 levels have up to 59% higher inflammation markers and significantly more knee pain. Seniors with good omega-3 levels walk faster, they can rise from a chair more easily, and they have fewer episodes of stiffness after sitting. But here's the part that surprises so many older adults. Omega-3 doesn't just reduce inflammation, it actually changes the structure of your joints. It thickens that fluid that sits between the bones. It supports collagen repair in the cartilage, and it calms down the immune cells that can attack the knees when inflammation becomes chronic. That means one simple truth. When you eat the right omega-3 foods, your knees don't just feel better. They actually function better. They move smoother. They hold your weight with less effort. They become more reliable on stairs, on slopes, and on long walks. And this repair continues even when you sleep, because nighttime is when your joint fluid rebuilds itself. The problem is, most seniors in America are eating extremely low amounts of omega-3. Many don't even get half of the minimum level they need for healthy joints. And this nutrient, it isn't something your body can just create by itself. You must get it from food. That's why today, I want to show you 7 omega-3 foods that every senior should know about. These are foods that work quietly inside your body to calm inflammation, restore knee comfort, and strengthen your leg muscles, in a way you can feel every time you stand up. I'm not talking about rare foods. I'm talking about simple, accessible foods you can add to your meals starting tonight. But each food has to be prepared correctly. Omega-3 is delicate. It breaks down with too much heat. It loses its strength when it's stored poorly. And it needs specific partner nutrients to even reach your joints. So as we go through this list, I'll show you exactly how to cook, store, and combine these foods to get the repair your knees have been waiting for. Before we begin, I want you to do one thing. Just place your hand on your knee. Feel that spot where the joint bends. That joint has carried you through decades of steps, of work, of family, and life, and it is still capable of carrying you further than you think, if you give it the support it needs. Many seniors just don't realize how quickly the knees respond to the right nutrients. Some feel an improvement in a week, others in 2, but almost everyone feels something change. A little more fluidity, a little more confidence, a little more strength. This is why what you eat matters so much more than people assume. Painkillers. They do nothing to repair the joint. Heat pads only soothe the surface. But the foods you put into your body, they give your joints the raw materials to rebuild themselves, from the inside out. Omega-3 foods are some of the most powerful, and for seniors, they are often the missing link between daily stiffness and a life of stable, comfortable movement. Now, before I count down the 7 foods, I want to hear from you. Please tell me in the comments, do your knees feel stiff in the morning, or is it later in the day? And do your legs feel weak after walking, or do they ache mostly when you're resting? I read every comment myself, and I respond personally with suggestions that are tailored to what you're feeling. Okay, let's begin the countdown. These are the 7 omega-3 foods your joints have been waiting for. Number 7. Ground flaxseed. Number 7 is one of the gentlest, most senior-friendly omega-3 foods on the planet, ground flaxseed. Many older adults don't realize just how powerful this tiny seed is for knee and leg health. Flaxseed is full of something called alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. It's a plant-based form of omega-3 that your body converts into the same anti-inflammatory compounds you find in fish oils. But flaxseed does something extra. It carries lignans. These are natural plant compounds that help calm down those overactive immune cells inside your joint. When these cells settle down, the swelling around your knees reduces, and that makes movement easier. In one study, seniors who added just a spoon of ground flaxseed a day had a measurable drop in CRP, which is the key inflammation marker linked to joint pain. The dose is small, but the effect is real. Now, the important rule is this: flaxseed must be ground, not whole. Whole seeds just pass right through your digestive system. Your knees never see any of the benefit. Ground flaxseed, on the other hand, releases its oils within minutes of entering your stomach. But there's a small catch. The omega-3 oils in flaxseed are sensitive to heat and oxygen. They break down very easily. So you must store your flaxseed in the refrigerator, and you should add it to foods that are warm, not hot. Sprinkle 1 tablespoon on your oatmeal, mix it into a smoothie, or stir it into yogurt. Won't cooking it directly on high heat, because that just destroys the good oils. And be sure to drink a little extra water with it. Flaxseed becomes gel-like inside your body, which actually helps carry those omega-3s to your small intestine for better absorption. Number 6. Chia seeds. Number 6 is a food many seniors ignore, even though it works almost instantly. Chia seeds. Chia holds its omega-3 oils in a form that swells up with water and forms a thick gel. This gel does a few things. It slows down digestion, it stabilizes your blood sugar, and it allows your body to absorb the omega-3 more steadily through the day. But the real benefit is inside your joints. When omega-3 is released slowly, your body uses it to build something called resolvins. These are molecules that literally resolve inflammation. They don't just mask it like a painkiller. They turn off the inflammation process itself. In a 2019 study, older adults who had chia seeds every day had significantly lower joint discomfort scores within just 2 weeks, even without changing anything else in their diet. Here's how to use chia correctly. You need to soak 1 to 2 teaspoons in water for at least 15 minutes before you eat them. Dry chia seeds will pull water from your body and can cause digestive discomfort, but soaked chia delivers its omega-3 smoothly and safely. You can add it to puddings, overnight oats, or even just a glass of warm water with lemon. Number 5. Walnuts. Number 5 is where the omega-3 becomes noticeably stronger. Walnuts. Walnuts offer a rare combination of that ALA omega-3, vitamin E, and magnesium. This combination is so important because the vitamin E protects the omega-3 oils from damage, and the magnesium helps relax those tight leg muscles that often pull on your knee joint. When your muscles relax, your knees can bear weight more evenly. That reduces the pressure on your joint surfaces. A study in the Nutrition Journal found that older adults who ate just a small serving of walnuts every day had better walking endurance and lower inflammation. The protocol is simple. Eat about 7 to 10 walnut halves per day. Just don't roast them at high heat. Heat destroys their oils. You should choose raw or only lightly toasted walnuts. And here's a great tip. Pair them with a source of vitamin C, like half an orange or a few strawberries. The vitamin C helps support collagen repair right in the cartilage. Number 4. Omega-3 enriched eggs. Number 4 is one of the most overlooked omega-3 sources that every senior should take seriously. Omega-3 enriched eggs. These are not your regular eggs. These eggs come from hens that were fed a specific omega-3 rich diet. Because of that, each egg contains 2 to 4 times more omega-3 than a normal egg. The beauty of these enriched eggs is that they contain DHA. That's the exact form of omega-3 your joints use to rebuild that slippery joint fluid. DHA is much more potent for knee health than the plant-based omega-3s. In one Canadian study, seniors who added DHA-rich foods to their meals for 6 weeks showed a clear improvement in knee mobility and had less morning stiffness. The right way to use enriched eggs is with gentle cooking. You want to scramble them at a low heat, boil them, or poach them. Avoid frying them at high temperatures. And here's another tip. Pair your eggs with a little black pepper and turmeric. The piperine in the black pepper helps you absorb the omega-3, and the turmeric provides curcumin, which is another wonderful joint-soothing compound. Number 3. Sardines. Number 3 is where the joint repair becomes dramatically faster. Sardines. Now, seniors often overlook sardines because of the smell or the taste. But from a medical perspective, sardines are nearly perfect for knee and leg health. They have high levels of EPA and DHA. Those are the two primary omega-3s responsible for calming inflammation and helping to rebuild cartilage. Sardines also contain natural calcium in the bones, vitamin D, and B12. Those are 3 nutrients that are essential for your leg strength and your nerve health. In a European study, seniors who ate sardines just 3 times a week improved their mobility and reduced their knee pain by a noticeable amount in less than a month. The best way to eat sardines is to get them packed in water or olive oil, not soybean oil. Soybean oil is high in omega-6, which actually competes with omega-3 and slows down its effect. If the taste is strong, just squeeze some lemon on them and let them sit for 5 minutes. The lemon helps cut that fishy smell. And please, eat the tiny, soft bones. They are so rich in joint-supporting minerals. Number 2. Wild salmon. Number 2 is considered the gold standard of omega-3 for seniors, wild salmon. Wild salmon contains some of the purest EPA and DHA you can get from food. These forms of omega-3 reduce knee inflammation more effectively than almost any other nutrient ever studied. But salmon does something extra. It improves blood flow to your legs. When that blood flow increases, your knees get more oxygen, more nutrients, and more repair compounds while you sleep. Older adults in clinical trials who ate wild salmon twice a week, they reduced their joint discomfort, they improved their step stability, and they even increased their leg muscle performance. To prepare salmon properly, you want to bake it at a low temperature. Aim for around 325 degrees Fahrenheit or 160 degrees Celsius with some olive oil and lemon. High heat, especially from frying, destroys those omega-3s. And try to pair your salmon with leafy greens like spinach or kale. These greens have vitamin K2, which helps calcium flow into your bones instead of building up in your arteries. Number 1. Cod liver oil. Now we arrive at number 1, the grand payoff. This is the single strongest omega-3 source for seniors with knee pain, and it often works faster than all the others on this list. Number 1 is cod liver oil. It's been used for joint health for more than a century, but modern science finally explains why. Cod liver oil contains extremely high levels of EPA and DHA, those 2 omega-3s that are most responsible for shutting down knee inflammation. But cod liver oil also contains vitamin D and vitamin A, right in their natural forms. These support cartilage repair, bone strength, and that all-important nighttime joint recovery. In one very well-designed clinical study, older adults who took cod liver oil every day felt a significant improvement in their joint stiffness within just 1 to 2 weeks. That is unusually fast for any nutrition-based change. But cod liver oil must be taken correctly. First, choose a high-quality cold-pressed liquid or capsule. Avoid the flavored versions that have added sugar. Sugar increases inflammation and will cancel out part of the benefit. The ideal dose for seniors is 1 teaspoon of liquid or 1 to 2 capsules per day. Take it with your first meal of the day, and always store it in the refrigerator. Heat and light will damage those delicate oils. And never take cod liver oil on an empty stomach. Your body's omega-3 absorption can improve by up to 300% when you take it with food, especially foods that have healthy fats, like an avocado or some olive oil. At this point, these 7 foods can form a complete daily and weekly pattern. But your body does something special with omega-3 while you're sleeping. The hours between midnight and 4 a.m., That's when the fluid inside your joints thickens. It's when your cartilage receives nutrients. It's when inflammation naturally drops. This is why so many seniors wake up with either stiffness or relief, all depending on what they ate the day before. Omega-3 gives your joints the materials they need for this nighttime repair. When you eat these foods consistently, your mornings will begin to change. Your knees will feel less heavy. Your legs will feel steadier. The sharpness you feel when you move will start to fade into smoothness. The repair doesn't happen in one giant leap. It happens in small, steady steps. But each step adds up. And the more consistently you give your body these omega-3 foods, prepared the right way, stored the right way, and combined the right way, the more your knees will repay you with comfort, stability, and strength. Your knees have carried you through decades. They are still capable of more. And now you have the tools to help them do it. Before I go to part 3, tell me in the comments, which omega-3 food from this list do you think you can start with today? And do you prefer plant sources or fish sources for your meals? When most seniors hear the word nutrition, they imagine complicated meal plans or expensive supplements. But joint repair doesn't begin with complexity. It begins with consistency. Your knees don't need perfection. They just need the same supportive nutrients showing up in your bloodstream, day after day, especially during those hours when your joints naturally heal. Once omega-3 becomes a dependable part of your daily rhythm, your body starts using it like repair material. Your knees begin coating themselves with fresh joint fluid. Your cartilage gets a steadier supply of those anti-inflammatory compounds. And the muscles that support your legs, they can work with less strain. That is the foundation. That's the quiet work happening inside your body, long before you even feel the results. Now that you know the 7 foods, it's time to understand how to actually build them into your day. A lot of seniors will try something for 3 days, they don't feel that immediate relief, and they just assume it isn't working. But inside the joint, the progress is already underway. Inflammation is dropping, molecule by molecule. Collagen fibers are receiving better support. Blood flow to your legs is improving, which delivers oxygen to tired tissues. The outside world doesn't see anything yet, but inside, the repair is active, it's steady, and it's real. You are always just 1 week away from feeling a shift. And each week brings you closer to the ease your knees have been missing. The first step is simple. Choose one omega-3 food from the list and make it a daily non-negotiable. It doesn't have to be the strongest one. It doesn't have to be the tastiest one. It just has to be the one you can stick to. Many seniors start with ground flaxseed because it's just so easy to add to breakfast. Others choose walnuts because they enjoy snacking. Some begin with the enriched eggs because they already eat eggs in the morning. What matters is the pattern. Once that pattern is set, your body becomes more receptive to the stronger foods, like the sardines, the salmon, or the cod liver oil. There's also a timing secret most people don't know. Your knees respond better to omega-3 earlier in the day. It's not because the nutrient works differently, but because your body uses those morning nutrients to prep for the full day's inflammation load. Your first meal of the day, that's when your body decides how aggressively it's going to fight inflammation. When omega-3 shows up early, your body builds more of those resolvins and protectins. Those are the molecules that stop inflammation at the source. That means less swelling by midday, better movement in the afternoon, and an easier time standing up after you've been sitting for a while. So, whenever possible, try to take your primary omega-3 source with breakfast or lunch, not dinner. There's a second secret: hydration. The fluid inside your knees is mostly water. The omega-3 thickens it, but it's the water that keeps it abundant. Many seniors, without even knowing it, live in a mild state of dehydration. This makes your joint fluid thin and sticky. Thin fluid doesn't glide, it drags. That is what makes your knees feel old. When you increase both omega-3 and water, your joint fluid becomes silky, protective, and smooth. That's when seniors start saying things like, "My knees don't feel so dry anymore," or "Standing up doesn't hurt like it did before." These changes sound small, but they signal something major. Your joint environment is improving. The next step is pairing foods that amplify each other. Omega-3 doesn't work alone. It has partners. These are nutrients that help your body use it more effectively. For example, pairing omega-3 with vitamin D increases its absorption. Vitamin D also supports your bone strength, which really matters when your knees are carrying your weight. This is why cod liver oil is so powerful. It naturally contains both omega-3 and vitamin D. But if you're eating plant-based sources, like flax or chia, try to pair them with vitamin D foods. Things like mushrooms that have been exposed to sunlight, fortified dairy, or a low-dose supplement recommended by your doctor. Another partner nutrient is vitamin K2. Seniors often focus only on calcium, but calcium needs direction. Vitamin K2 is what directs calcium into your bones, instead of letting it build up in your arteries or soft tissues. When calcium flows properly, your knees feel stronger, your legs feel more stable, and your joints stay protected when you move. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, Swiss chard, and collard greens are excellent for this. That's why pairing salmon with greens is so effective. The combination supports both your cartilage and your bone, all at the same time. Then there's magnesium. If you've ever felt your muscles tightening up around your knees, or pulling or creating pressure when you stand, magnesium can make a difference. It relaxes tense muscles. It improves your sleep quality, which is when that joint repair really peaks. And it helps regulate the nerve signals in your legs. Walnuts naturally contain magnesium, so do pumpkin seeds, almonds, and leafy greens. When you combine your omega-3 foods with magnesium-rich foods, your legs just feel lighter and more coordinated. Let's talk about cooking, because this is where many seniors, without meaning to, weaken their omega-3 intake. Omega-3 oils break down at high temperatures. When those oils break down, they lose their anti-inflammatory power. So your method of preparation really matters. With salmon, bake it at a low heat. With enriched eggs, cook them gently. With walnuts, avoid deep roasting. With sardines, choose the water-packed or olive oil-packed options. With flaxseed, never heat the powder. And with cod liver oil, avoid putting it in hot foods. These small habits protect the strength of the nutrient and deliver more of it right to your knees. Next is absorption. Omega-3 is fat-soluble. That just means your body absorbs it better when you eat it with other healthy fats. A few drops of olive oil on your vegetables, half an avocado with breakfast, or a spoonful of yogurt. That's all it takes to boost absorption. Without these supportive fats, your body may only absorb a fraction of the omega-3 you're eating. When seniors start pairing their omega-3 foods with a healthy fat source, they often feel improvement more quickly. And that's not in your head, it's biochemical. Another overlooked detail is balance. Modern diets are very high in omega-6. That's a type of fat that competes with omega-3. Too much omega-6 actually pushes inflammation higher. Foods like deep-fried snacks, processed oils, packaged bakery items, and certain restaurant meals, they are just loaded with omega-6. Reducing it doesn't require perfection, but just cutting back, even a little, helps your omega-3 do its job more effectively. Many seniors notice, within days, that just reducing fried foods and increasing their omega-3 brings them less knee swelling and smoother bending. Now, let's shift to sleep, because nighttime is the quietly powerful force behind this entire process. When you sleep, inflammation drops, tissues rebuild, and your joint fluid replenishes. But seniors often sleep lightly, wake up frequently, or struggle with discomfort. That interruption limits the window when omega-3 can do its repair work. A small evening routine can make a big difference. Drink a warm, unsweetened herbal tea. Do some gentle leg stretches for just 2 or 3 minutes. Keep your room at a comfortable temperature. Give your knees a soft pillow to rest under them if you need it. These simple habits help your muscles relax and create a much better environment for joint repair. By this point, a new rhythm is forming. Omega-3 in the morning, hydration through the day, supportive nutrients in your meals, and calm sleep at night. This rhythm slowly turns your knees from being inflamed and stiff to being nourished and supported. Your legs become more dependable. Your balance improves, your steps feel smoother, and that fear, the fear of your knees giving out, it fades, little by little. Many seniors describe it as getting their confidence back, and confidence is often the first thing joint pain steals. Now, before I move into the final part, I want you to just pause for a moment and think about your next steps. You've learned the foods, you've learned the timing, you've learned why each detail matters. But knowledge only turns into relief when it becomes action. So ask yourself, which one change can I begin tomorrow morning? And how will my knees feel 1 week from now, if I stay consistent? Those answers set the tone for everything that comes next. When seniors begin supporting their knees with these omega-3 rich foods, the first thing that changes, it usually isn't the pain level. It's the feeling inside the joint. A sense of less tightness when you stand up. A slightly smoother bend when you're sitting. A little more ease when you're walking across a room. These early shifts are so important because they signal that your body is finally receiving the materials it needs. Joint repair is slow work. It doesn't make headlines inside your body. It doesn't announce itself loudly. It begins quietly, gently, and steadily. It's like a light turning on in a room you forgot was there. What most older adults don't realize is that your knees aren't just passive. They're alive. They respond to chemistry. They respond to nutrients. They respond to your daily choices, far more than they respond to age alone. When omega-3 enters your bloodstream consistently, the chemistry inside your joints changes. The environment becomes calmer. The tissues begin to trust movement again. The muscles surrounding your joints stop gripping so hard. The nerves stop firing those warning signals after every small twist or step. Each day, your joints feel slightly less threatened. And when your body feels safe, it repairs faster. This entire process is what I want you to notice in the coming days as you start using these foods. Not giant overnight results, not miracles, just quiet improvements. A little more comfort walking around your home, a little more ease standing up from your chair, a little more confidence taking that extra step outside. Those changes, those are the early chapters of your joint healing. They are signs that your knees are waking up again, and consistency, that's all they ask from you. Many seniors think they need to overhaul their entire diet to see benefits, but that just isn't true. Your body doesn't need perfection. It needs patterns. When omega-3 shows up every day, whether it's from flaxseed, chia, walnuts, enriched eggs, sardines, salmon, or cod liver oil, your body adapts to that pattern. It begins to depend on that steady supply. And when your body depends on something, it multiplies the use of it. That is when the results speed up. What felt stiff begins to feel smoother. What felt weak feels stronger. What felt unpredictable begins to feel reliable. Your legs are one of the most important parts of your independence in older age. Strong legs mean freedom. They mean confidence on uneven ground, safety in the bathroom, balance on the stairs, and comfort on long days. But your legs cannot stay strong if your knees are inflamed or undernourished. Omega-3 plays a much larger role in leg strength than people realize because strong legs require healthy joints. When inflammation goes down, your muscles fire better. When your joint fluid thickens, movement becomes safer. When your cartilage receives nutrients, your knees can carry your weight with less strain. Every single benefit stacks, one on top of the next. There is also something deeply emotional about joint pain relief that people rarely talk about. You deserve to move without fear. You deserve legs that support your life, not limit it. And now, you have everything you need to begin that change. Take your next step gently, confidently, and consistently. Your knees will meet you halfway. And when you're ready for the next video, join me there. We'll keep building your strength, your comfort, and your confidence, one day at a time.